Alan, we met, I guess what, 2 years ago?
Yep.
In LA. We were having
At
dinner
Archangel.
before the Archangel event, and I think you arrived. You had just arrived when we had dinner.
I did at the.
Yeah.
Was it the Western place?
That really cool Western place with
cool.
the
on Hollywood Boulevard.
bucking bronco and stuff that people could go on too. Yeah.
I still have video from that. I'm going to dig it out for this video. I know I have it somewhere.
Awesome, cool.
And I saw this video on Facebook that a friend of mine sent, and it had 3,000 views when I saw it, and it was this glass touchscreen, and this guy was DJing on it. I was like, what is this magic? What is it? And you could see it from both sides. It was just insane. And so I was like, I want this. I have to have it. I want to buy it. So I called Guitar Center. I called Long McQuaid. I called everybody, and it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It was like vaporware. And so I dug and dug and dug, and I found the guy who posted the video, and he didn't make it. And I was like, what the hell is going on? How can this thing be there and not real? And I looked in the video, and I enhanced the video, and I looked, and I found the name of the guy who made the software.
Oh, cool.
And so I found Pablo Martin, who was the guy who invented the software, and I said, look, man, what are your plans for this? And he said, I really, I can't do anything. I'm in Argentina, and I don't have a lot of money, so I'm just going to sell the software. I'm like, well, nobody's going to buy the software without this beautiful big see-through, because it doesn't make sense. And so I said, well, what if I could make this as a product and we could partner together? And so I offered him a bit of money, and I bought 51% of Smithson Martin. So we called it Smithson and Martin.
Yeah.
And the next thing that blew my mind was I got to try virtual reality for the first time. I was in a tent, sitting there, and we're hanging out. I was hanging out with a guy called Robert Scoble, who, if you guys don't know who Robert Scoble is, take a look on Facebook. He's a preeminent blogger in tech, and he just follows all the latest trends. And him and I were just shooting the shit. He was telling me about the Skrillex concert that he was at Coachella and how great it was. And then we both got to try virtual reality. And I put this headset on, and I looked around. I was in the crowd, looking down at the crowd at a Beck concert.
Awesome.
And I was just like, whoa, mind blown.
You were the first one that introduced me to VR. You had your VR there, and I think the one you showed me was from Cirque du Soleil. You were just standing on the stage, and there was some characters around you.
Yeah.
And
the stage focus, it was great how they set the stage. Like, it was focused here, but if you turned around and looked behind you, it was an empty audience.
It was, yes.
But there was little things going around. There's somebody sweeping the floor. There was, just enough to be like, oh, okay, it's not really.
And I believe when I put it on, I was looking sort of towards the back of the stage, and it wasn't until you turned and you go, oh, there's people
and
there.
then you look up, there's somebody coming down from you. The
Yeah.
company that did that, the guys who did that, Felix and Paul, they're absolutely geniuses, and I can't wait to work with them in the future. They make magic with these things, and they were pioneers in all of this technology, and they've done really well. They're a Montreal Canadian company.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We didn't know what we were doing. Nobody really knew what they're doing. I mean, we got a camera. It was 6 GoPros on a stick, and we carried it around. And luckily, actually, if you can see this camera here, this Ricoh Theta here, this one here, we actually bought one of these the night before we left, and we brought it everywhere on the cruise ship, and I just filmed everything. I stuck it in like people's rooms. I stuck it in the elevator. We had a Twister game in the elevator, so we put it in the middle, and we played elevator Twister. And like with Darude, the guy who did, Sandstorm. We're in the elevator with Darude and all these people, the elevator door, and we're all kind of like this. The elevator was like, hi. So we got that in 360. We shot, all the DJs had a huge soccer game. So all the DJs on the ship got together and had the huge soccer game. So you've, the top DJs in the world all playing soccer, and you're like in VR looking at them.
Cool.
And so we filmed it on these 2 cameras, the Pro camera, which the GoPro rig. And what we realized after is one of the cameras in every shot was screwed up. We was on the wrong setting.
No.
We didn't know until after.
And so
all the footage was screwed up. It
Man.
wasn't gen locked. We didn't lock the frames together. So I was just a nightmare, an absolute disaster. And that footage from this camera worked, and it's all we really had that was decent. And that was our first foray into 360 video. And since then we've shot all sorts of different things, Pride and Queen's Plate and other stuff like that. We got it right this time, but man, what an eye opener.